Tequila sunset. My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man's face.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Faum? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to... I'm calling it. It's neurological.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. The dripping water falls from a high place. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with... metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable. Calling. Still, this feels wrong. End of tone.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
Say you're not Pierre. That seems like a better idea. You don't know why.
Do you have any news about Pierre? He's my sister's grandson. But who are you, then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country. To hell with the police.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like wait. Calling. Still again. Someone with...
Hello, Gerard.
Hello, Gerard. Technically, no. What you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone. You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling. Calling.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
The phone gets hanged up fast as lightning. Disconnect. Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
Writing. I hear it right.
The man, you do not hear the customary disconnect tone. Just seems like it did not have time. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying. There's still some unused change in there. The machine waits for a number to be dialed. You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial. Then, strange, this is not how you started before. 41411117 Yes, 451-67-451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been an ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, calling. The saddest, both pitiful and terrifying. You calling, ringing by the bedside of a dark but capacious apartment with long windows. You know this to be true. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. You can't. Some strange force is keeping the headset glued to your hand. Your ear listen, calling. Then the ocean breaks out of the depths.
Hello? No. It's you, isn't it? It's you. Dora. Who is...
In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. It doesn't matter if you react or not. You still think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain, a sigh. She heard you, but she does not. That's it. You're caught in a trap. It'll take quite a while for the shit circus.
Who is this? You're not a revolutionary, Harry.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out.
Oh, God. Do you know what time it is? It's so late. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours. Yes. What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
I'm in Morova, sleeping, to work. The academy, where I work.
No response, only a sigh. The connection crackles like burning paper. Your hand isn't moving. The headset hisses in your ear with evil sadness.
Oh no, please stop. Please, let's just hang up.
Your hand isn't moving. The headset hisses in your ear. She does not answer anymore.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money. A pane of Eternite has been planted in, barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. There's something feral, crouched, something primal. Back away. Very. There. Intriguing. This is a men's size L, leopard-patterned unitard with shorts. Actually, this is a leotard, slow and steady. But drop it now. This thing will eat you. Run. There's only one thing. Just know that. Once the leotard goes up, but don't you want to feel different? It can be a secret that only you slip from your briefs into the leotard. It's very tight. You've never been cradled so firmly before. Your fingers run down your pectoral muscles, your abdominals, the dried sea salt again. Once the leopard comes on, it's wearing you now.
Go. Nice and easy.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the...
Who's there?
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements...
Is that the police? Why?
Don't worry, Gary. To what do I...
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken. And we can't go all the way around the 881. Oh, good. We should really be getting...
Did he say we can go?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon! If you... I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going. Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll... Yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid... At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution. Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the... Yes. What? Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps. Good question. Being a phasmid of the Order, and I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochem, but I cannot describe how these defences work.
A ghost insect, he said? These people are looking for a ghost.
No, that is precisely what we're not. We are zoological specialists. I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured us. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid. I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven
by which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more... I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try, and I'm eager to return to her. I assure you, my wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been...
And leave the traps? Absolutely not.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it.
She's seen it?
Yes. That's how we first came to know. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon... No. The traps need to be monitored on a
He's dead set on this.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research. Attention to... There are 4 in total. One is to the south, another we set in Land's End. To the northeast, it's behind. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. I beg you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry. Bring it to me at once.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, it's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week. Wise choice. Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp.
Finally, you're being sensible.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is... What about his eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
Hello, I'm Gary. I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody.
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. to see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to...
He pronounces Revocon with a hard, serious question time. This man is no innocent.
My mug?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
I may have had a similar-looking mug in the past. That's all. Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been
What did you do?
Nothing! Nothing.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a mast so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Chimeans run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself. Officer, please. Let me explain. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. Okay. I was coming to throw them.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before. But where?
Armor? No. I mean, yes.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way. Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together. Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up this shame.
Gary!
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to you raise the peptide bottle, press one nostril closed, and inhale. Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity, your little heart pounding. And, let's be honest, there's a little chest pain. The good kind. You could work with this high. Like, literally work. Solve the case. File some papers. Maybe, whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is disco. To this, you kidding? There are massive downsides. Spring. Everything is clear around you.
In the bottom right corner.
There, on the ice. Target practice. Precisely. No obstructions. No, don't throw anything at the bird. The bird will get hurt. Particles of soil, grass, and tiny rock. Told you we need to practice. What if this was a combat situation? A clump of soil seems to graze the bird's wing, but the gull just fluffs its feathers and turns better, but practice makes perfect. One more time. Right. Oh no. There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Maria. The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneasy. This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, the reeds by the abandoned camps. It's good the cryptozoologists left. The later it gets, the colder. Remnant, this trap is also full of panicked locusts. This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. The reeds rustle confidentially, while the residential building, nothing but locusts in this trap as well. It takes you a moment, but finally, you spot the reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Snow covers the constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. No locusts, no phasmid either, but still. Nothing. No traces of the locust. The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like some, the reeds continue to hiss around you as you put the empty trap back. Lieutenant's no response. Still, where is he? Is he not worried that you haven't? Doesn't he want to go for a little drive? You hear the sound of a drawer closing, followed by...
Is that you, Harry?
No, thou art God.
Very funny. What do you want? To clear our heads. Good.
It's getting late, and it's snowing. Time to call it a day. It's getting... The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the...
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine...
Recorded in you. Forever.
No. You're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great on and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to...
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. You can never forget this shit.
It's not possible anymore. It's
You're the son of the world again. Harrister. I see.
reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this.
For the working, for the money, for the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles, doing your tasks, crossing names off lists, trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth. There he goes again.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
So beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Rise and shine, comrade, despite all the thinking you've been doing. Only 0.00. Organization hasn't exactly been your strong suit, historically speaking. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built, but it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. Let your nose guide you, detective. Yes, fortunately, communists are known. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage with failure. It's a smell you know all too well, simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shout. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise, but you can smell their presence. First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinaise. Again, no, it won't. And judging from the bust of Krasmazov and other revolutionary paraphernalia, you should begin by interrogating those lawless malcontents at the dock workers. Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time. There. Do you smell that? Can you not detect that inimitable whiff of dissatisfaction and restlessness? Without a doubt. Your politico-olfactory cortex, certainement. A precocious communist youth. A symbol of a...
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? And what do you know about politics?
The girl erupts in a cackle.
Oh, that's very nice. The little piggy wants to make sausages. Out of what? His little piggy friends? So, the little piggy... Sure. I know someone who'd love to... A right communist who runs a mega cool... I might... No.
The lieutenant lets slip a sigh that seems to suggest this turn was utterly predictable. A wicked grin.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once. Wow, that was easier than I expected. It's almost...
A cool, damp feeling ripples through you. You, the lieutenant, needless to say, is not...
Sounds like you're really serious. Steban's group meets only at night. In an old... Poke your snout around sometime after 10 p.m. and you might just find them. Just that he's a real communist. Not like the play acting you've been doing. Hold on. You see, Steban's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these... Sure, I do. Why would I? Now, let's see if you're... That's enough. Off with you then.
There it is again. That heavy fuel oil, most years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath, undoubtedly. And the scent, yes, now's your... But, be...
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you? What's that, boy?
Now's your chance. Remember, communists... Hold on. This isn't a man who goes in for subterfuge. He prefers someone who'll look him in the eye and say exactly what's on his mind.
Don't think I've ever met a Kras personally. Then again, I've never been to Grad. Have you tried?
Okay, maybe it was a foolish approach to begin with.
Ah, now I see. Can't say I'm surprised. You seem to take your communism seriously. Not a bad thing.
Oh, he certainly likes to take his time with things.
So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why? Oh, I see. I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas. Some are, some aren't. It's a big institution, room for all kinds. Communist.
There is warmth in his voice when he talks about. All right, so if he isn't personally.
But you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he's your guy. It was late one night as I was leaving the arbor. He was waiting on the corner. He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism. It was all right. A little like something out of a Vespertine spy novel, but I must respect the effort. I couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he just remembered Dobra, and then he was gone. Been wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk with me. Not meant for the wider public. They love that kind of thing.
Not to interfere in your personal errand, but it might have something to do with that passphrase Cindy mentioned earlier.
The lieutenant.
Just in time. The faithful partner arrives with the key. I salute you, boyas, and wish you good fortune on this grand ideological quest.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time.
The man from Hielm. The story opened. By nightfall, only the man from Eomdal and his blood. 9 Tirib. The writer had it is and with deadly finesse. His twin, the man from Hyonda. The story opened. By 9, the writer has it is and with deadly finesse. The man below, a brazen attempt to bilk fans. Their main by nightfall. Only the 9 Tirib. The writer. It is and with deadly finesse. The man from here. By 9 Tiribald. The writer has it is and with deadly finesse. The man from Hyondal stares at you on the cover. The story by nightfall. Only the writer has it is physically and with deadly finesse. The man, the back blurb below, a brazen attempt to their main. The story open by nightfall. Only the writer it is and with deadly finesse. The back blurb below, a brazen their main. By 9 the writer has it is and with deadly finesse. The man from Hyonda. The story open by nightfall. The right it is and with deadly finesse. The man from here, by the writer has never helped. It is and with deadly finesse. The man from by it is physically impossible and with deadly the man from here by and with deadly finesse. His twin blades. The man from Hyondal stares at it is and with deadly finesse. His twin blades scissor the necro. The man from it is fit and with deadly finesse. His twin blade. The man from here. It and with deadly finesse, his twin blades. The man from here, it and with a few chapters later, the man. This book, the Northman, the man from Hyondal extracts the man from Hyondal. The story opens by nightfall. Only the man from Hyondal and his blood brother. The Northmen find themselves in the court of a power. The man from Hyondal. The man from here. The man from Hyondal extracts a high price from the desperate king. He asks, the man from Hyondal stares at you on the story. The man from Hyondal extracts a high price from the desperate king. The man from the story. The man from Hyondal extracts a high price from the desperate king. The man from What do you mean? Because the flame of justice burns bright. What do you mean? He doesn't even have a real name. What? He is the... What are you? A book the man from here. The story opens. By nightfall. Oh, it is and this, the Northmen. The man from Heimdall extracts the man from... The story opens. The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful... The man from Heimdall. The man from... The story opens. The Northmen find them. The man from Heimdall extracts a high price. The man from the man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. He asks land. The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful southern king. The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful southern. The man from Heimdall. This book makes a mockery of the very idea. The Northmen. The man from Heimdall. Because the flame of justice burns bright within his chest. Because, above all, he doesn't even have a real name. What are you? The man from Heimdall. He doesn't even have a real name. What is inside this man? Or is muscle and bone? Or he is the wild. What are you? The man from the story opened by nightfall. Only and with the Northmen find themselves in the court. The man from Heimdall. The man from Heimdall. The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. The man from here. As you approach the metal grill, you can hear this must be it. Beyond this door, somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the acrid, no, that's just slightly burnt coffee.
Just look at these pigs sniffing about after hours.
The metal grill, you notice the lieutenant is looking uncustomarily anxious. He wants so badly to draw his armistice, but he also doesn't.
Something's not right here. The equation doesn't quite back, which is just to say, we should be prepared for any eventuality.
He can make out at least two voices, both.
Careful with I have it.
The clang of metal reverberates all along. A pair of frightened ears cow.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice? Who said communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
For a moment.
What's the passphrase?
There's no response. You begin to...
Alright. The key's taped to the back of the door frame. Just make sure you put it and do wash the concrete. It just kind of...
Charmant.
Have fun at your underground.
The two young men are either oblivious to or ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed on whatever it is. Matchboxes.
I think it's holding. It is.
It's definitely not holding. Those matchboxes are stacked so
Careful, careful. Damn. Hardly any difference. You two.
They should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
One leader, and there's a great deal of tension in this young man's shoulder. Meanwhile, his companion inclines to just a moment. Could this be the former Don't let them see you, flustered, sire. Play along.
We all have to take precautions, especially during these delicate times.
Uh-oh. No one said anything about reading. You'll just have to wing this one.
You have? Excellent. Let's hear your critique then. They always say that when they... Well, this is getting awkward. I'm not sure what you're...
There's profound consternation in his voice.
Maybe they can explain themselves.
The young man frowns at the...
Nothing, just messing around.
They're watching those matchboxes, awfully intense, almost as though they were with predictable results.
In the most generous sense.
Yes, that...
But more specifically, we're running a reading group.
Comrade Steban is a great discovery.
It's obvious they take this group of theirs extreme. Can you imagine anything duller than a bunch of Beano-clads yanking each other's knob?
That's our whole thing. The world is so shallow.
Precisely. We are not interested in sense...
Within the contours of Mazovian historical materialism, of course.
Huh. As though you can call...
One thing you learn quickly at university is that you're not going to find a real...
We are
Exactly. The only worthwhile part of the so-called École Normale de Revachol is the library. That's where we've made our greatest critical strides. Go ahead. We typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process, but given that we have some extra seating at the moment...
Steban, you can't...
I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are. Besides, assuming he's even still interested, that is. Sure, we're here most every...
Sleep well.
The gendarme returns. What do you need?
Is it...
The gendarme returns. What do you need?
Is it...
The gendarme returns. What do you need?
Is it getting warm in here? There seems to be a little pool of sweat forming in the depression of your lower back.
The gendarme returns. What do you need?
Is it getting warm in here?
The gendarme returns.
Take a deep breath. You've done some reading these past... You've survived things, these kids. Now, chin up. You've got this.
Oh, you want to start now? Sure.
You've caught him off balance.
Go ahead and take a seat. Since we haven't had time to prepare, why don't you tell us a bit about the books you're interested in? And we'll just see where the conversation goes. Aha, a real old-school pedestrian material. So what sort of practical works are we talking about? Cockatoos. Fascinating.
This is a good start. They're starting to loosen up. You feel relaxed and in control. This is a subject where you hold all the advantages.
I have to say, I never realized humans and it makes sense though. Mazovianism stresses the essential.
I believe it's man.
These kids are eating out of your hand, practically. Another quarter of an hour disappears. The questions come rapid fire. Now you can sense things starting to slow.
Don't you think, though, that you can only really understand current events if you have a firm background in history? Okay, we'll bite. What sort of stories are we talking?
How about a tale of adventure, intrigue, and daring-do?
Oh, we're getting into the psychiatric pathologies.
Yes, I'm rather...
Now you're getting somewhere. These boys aren't even bothering to contain their interest. They want to see how you weave the
I'm just trying to imagine what it would be.
If you encountered it in a novel, you'd say it sounded like a plot contrivance or like a fantasy.
Perhaps. But it's a fantasy.
No. It's just like Mazovro. The freeman of...
Wait, Steban, are you saying...
Another quarter of an hour disappears. The conversation bounces back and forth. Now you can sense things starting to slow down. Time to wrap this tale up.
But that would imply that whenever you unpeel time, you leave behind...
Good God. Have we really been talking about unpeeling time for...
I suppose we'll have to leave it there. But listen, Gendarme. We could use someone with your breadth of expertise.
Yes,
And with that, welcome to the most ideological... Here's your first assignment. It's an overview of inframaterialist theory. A little basic, as you'll see. But one has to start somewhere. Come back when you're done. We'll be here pretty much every night after 10 p.m. Do be sure to take your time with the reading. We'll be eager to hear your thoughts.